Hello, and thank you for watching Health Plan of San Mateo's provider onboarding video on authorizations. This is the third of 6 videos we've created to onboard our providers to the HPSM family. In this video, we'll cover everything you need to know about authorizations at HPSM. This includes how to request prior authorization, how to check authorization status, how to find out if something is on our prior authorization required list, where you can find resources online, and more. Let's dive in. Before delivering a non-emergency service, HPSM providers are expected to check the Medi-Cal Provider Manual and HPSM's prior authorization required list to see if the service requires authorization. Prior authorization is intended to ensure that the requested service is covered by the member's scope of benefits, that the provider of a service is participating, and that the services are medically necessary. To see if a procedure or medication requires HPSM authorization, please visit our website at www.hpsm.org/provider/authorizations. On the Authorizations webpage, you'll be able to find our prior auth list for both dental and medical, which identifies which services require HPSM authorization. The list includes all services that do require authorization, although some codes are conditional. Please be sure to look up the code in the sheet. This list is updated frequently, so we recommend bookmarking the prior authorizations as opposed to downloading it so you can make sure you are always viewing the most up-to-date version. If a service is not included on the list, the service does not require prior authorization. However, this does not mean it is a covered benefit. Reimbursement is still subject to member eligibility on the date of service. We update our prior authorization required list frequently, so please make sure you check back to read the latest notification of changes. On our authorizations page, you'll also find the prior authorization request form. For dental authorizations, please use the American Dental Association's 2019 dental claim form. Make sure to click the Request for Prior Authorization checkbox at the top of the page. Medical authorizations can be submitted electronically through the HPSM provider portal at hpsm.org/provider/portal. We have a tutorial video on how to submit authorization requests electronically in our provider learning lab. Medical authorizations can also be submitted using the medical authorization form, available on our website. Please complete the form on a computer as accurately as possible. Once you submit your prior authorization request, you can check authorization status by logging into our provider portal at hpsm.org/provider/portal. Response times vary for authorization requests submitted prior to the date of service. Expect a response from HPSM within 72 hours for urgent requests or 5 business days for routine requests. For all non-ACE members, authorizations for referrals are only required for members to see non-participating out-of-network plan specialist providers for evaluation and treatment. If you believe a member needs to see a specialist, the PCP is responsible for coordinating that referral for the member. In these situations, the non-participating provider will need to follow HPSM's prior authorization process. Questions you have about referrals to any of these programs or supports can be found at hpsm.org/provider/authorizations/referrals. PCP should make every effort to refer HPSM members to a participating specialist listed on our provider directory. The HPSM Provider Directory, updated annually, is available on our website and in hard copy format. Retroactive authorization requests are reviewed to determine if the service is medically necessary using the clinical information submitted by the provider. Providers must also submit documentation about why the request was unable to be submitted prospectively. Retrospective reviews for outpatient services must be submitted with appropriate documentation no later than 1 year from the beginning date of service. Retrospective authorization decisions shall be communicated to the member who received the services or the member's designee within 30 days of receipt of information that is reasonably necessary to make the determination. You can learn more about authorizations at hpsm.org by visiting our authorizations web pages, watching videos in our provider learning lab, or contacting the UM department at 650-616-2070. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video in our series.